Hello comrades and welcome back to Severna. So I've had a bit of problems with my last couple of videos, just with a few quality issues. They're a bit muddled up, and then I tried to record another video yesterday, and the audio is not very good. I don't know what was wrong, but I've just changed the socket, the USB socket that I put it into on my computer, and this one seems to be a lot better. I don't really know what the difference is. They're both USB 3 apparently. However, the one is into the motherboard at the back, and the other one, the one I was using first, was one of the USB sockets like on the case at the top, so separate from the motherboard. So maybe there's some interference the way I've wired it up when I installed the case. I don't know, but anyway, this sounds a hell of a lot better. There's not as many pops and squeaks and different things, well, as far as I can tell anyway. You never quite know though until you actually load it into the video player a lot of the time, and then you're just like, oh no, something's gone really wrong. So I just wanted to go over a few points to kind of round everything back. So I had my previous Republic, which got up to 400,000 people, but it was quite a small island, and there wasn't much else I could really do with the island due to its size, and also the old vice of the performance issues with this game raised their heads. So I decided to start a new Republic on a slightly larger island. Island in the archipelago gets to do more or less like its own thing, but then they're all like united into like a council of Severna, the archipelago. So this is just another island within that chain. So this is like, so we could say like the second island along the chain. But yeah, so that's how this links to the original Severna. So everything else is the same. It's just we never mentioned the other islands in the archipelago previously. Game settings, so we've got everything on except for realistic mode and the demolition. And research, I did start with research, but I had to switch it off because I didn't have any wind power and I couldn't access a lot of the oil industry as well. So if we're standing on the shoulders of the previous Republic, the Severnans already know how to do this stuff anyway. That's how I justified it to myself. I hope that's okay, but yeah, so we've switched off research. I did actually want to keep research on because I noticed on one of my previous games that there was a setting there to like change the way, change the birth rate kind of thing. So I was hoping to actually use that. Even though it is still a setting without research, I can't find a way of researching it. So I don't, is there something I'm missing? But that option is there whether you have the research on or not, but you can't seem to do anything with it. So yeah, so I wanted to keep the research on to do that, but it kind of messes with the way I usually play my games. The plan that I'm trying to sort of explain my building philosophy or my building style or whatever. So please do go and have a look at my other videos. I mean, they vary in quality, fit in the time. I love playing the game, but making videos, I tend to play too much of the game, and then I'm like, I can't remember what I've done. I can't, you know. So my new approach with this is to try and record and play as I'm going along, instead of trying to add the speech later. Not that I'm not going to produce like more sort of like world building news kind of things with Severna, where it's less like play alongy kind of content, but just so that I realize the way that the videos perform, people do tend to prefer this kind of thing, and it is a lot easier to do in some ways, but I do find it quite difficult to articulate what I'm doing on screen in an entertaining, captivating way. So if you do have any suggestions, then please do. I'm always very grateful for honest and constructive feedback from viewers, because YouTube will give you all the statistics that you want, but without any of the nuance. So it will say this video has done well, this is where people clicked off, or this is where people, but it doesn't tell you why. It just tells you what's happened. So when people do take the time to comment, it really does help, because it gives a perspective that you literally you don't have any other way, and it helps me improve in ways that my subscribers want. You know, there's no point in me, you know, spending a lot of time, resources making my transitions really good if people don't care. So when people do give me feedback, it means that there's something, it's something that they care about. So that's makes my kind of improvement much more efficient. So anyway, so all that out of the way, we'll get on with playing some workers and resources now. I'm not sure how much of the video I'm going to be able to recover of the last of like what would have been this episode. Oh, see what I mean? I need to just start again. So this is episode 5. We have welcomed citizens to the island. So we've got our first residential buildings constructed. We do have population now. There are people on the island. They have moved in. They are finding jobs, and we are exporting oil and fuel at the moment in quite small amounts. But I do only have 206,921 rubles left. I've got a little bit more in dollars. We got 2 million, but my rubles amount is looking pretty slim there. We are right down to the wire. But in all fairness, we should be able to slowly get out of that with our exports. And based on resources I have already managed to accrue, we're not in too bad a position. So that's because it's moved into the main stores there. So we don't currently have any stores of food or clothes, and obviously that's not going to be it. Right, okay. So you no longer have to wait until I'm loaded. And I also, when it gets to the border, I want it to sell what it's got left. Am I doing the right thing there? So I'm not paying any delivery, and things tend to slowly go up in price. So if the ship buys food, comes back, tries to unload it, can't, goes back, unloaded it all. Well, what we'll do, we'll just have unload of electronics. Yeah, so yeah, we'll just get it to unload the meat, and then so we won't get it to load meat again because this warehouse doesn't have a refrigerator section, so I need to build another port. No, I don't think. Actually, I should just be able to build a refrigeration storage. What's the cheapest one I can buy? Because I don't have a lot of money. Get one for £3,000. That's fine. 75 tons of meat. 3,500. Yeah, that's perfect. Just for now. We will obviously need a much bigger storage than that eventually. I've got to connect it to the railway line, haven't I? If I get rid of this and then demolish that, reconnect this back up here, and then put the refrigerator storage. Where's my storage section gone? There. Will it bridge the gap? Come on, yeah. Oh. Right, yeah, we're on. It's just there's something here that is. Alright, try again. Awesome. Because meat is very expensive to import. You will quickly learn if that's what you're doing. Very expensive. Not recommended. Later on in the game, it gets, yeah, you definitely want to be producing it as early as possible. Same with your food. It's just stuff that you, even if it's not, you don't feel it's that expensive, it is just stuff that you'll just bleed money eventually because of the delivery cost. If you're, getting it to go straight into the shops or where it needs to go. God, could not think of that. There's someone shouting currently outside in the street, so if you can hear that, don't worry, I'm not involved. There's a football game, and we're hosting Swedish match between Sweden and Oswestry, I think. So yeah, I think there's some Swedish people in town, but they were singing Columbia, 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 so I don't know what that was all about. But yeah, so if you do hear people shouting, don't worry, it's just people having a good time outside. But ruining my recording session. Never mind. Okay. So now, if we change... yeah, and then... What is this? Right. Unload. Get rid of that one. So cargo hub one, unload, because that's the one that's got the refrigerator. So this one doesn't have, this dock one, it can't unload into the refrigerator section. So not using that one for this. But I do want it to unload that bit of meat there that I've already bought. Because I need... What? 800 tons of crops, what? Oh, right, yeah, it's just the advanced setup, that's fine. I thought I had 800 tons. I was like, what? I haven't told it to do that. Okay, and our refuse centres working pretty well when it has workers, because they do have to travel quite a long way. But I'm thinking I will be building a town down here eventually, so that will sort itself out. And I just want to make sure that all of this road is gravelled. That was the wrong road, but still, that's fine. I'm going to send this away now, just so we can get some money coming in, which it looks like one of our ships have already arrived at the border, as the money is going up for one of the first times, so that's always good. And the Vega, I've decided to name the cities on this island out of visible stars in the night sky. So this one is Vega. Another thing I do as well, you've probably noticed, and I think I might have mentioned it, but obviously I'm going to mention it again. I do use the decorative gravel pavement and things, and the asphalt, but that may be not as much, to tidy up some of the and sort of visually linked together. I think that this achieves, and also, you know, in the real world, there are, you know, areas in between buildings tend to be, unfortunately, you know, it's not always good, but they are concrete over. So I just think it gives it that extra bit of, and makes your republics look just a little bit. So, as far as construction goes, I have a lot of construction materials I've already purchased. We already have them ready to go. But I don't have, the one thing I am going to have to pay for out of cash to build, I think, is the gravel and concrete production. So we're going to do that now. So I'm going to put it here in the northwest corner. Start here and then work our way this way, and this sort of little valley here will become the construction industry. As in the future, I plan to build a road going across. So when we look at the map, see, if I build the construction yard here, then it will only be a quick road journey between all three planes. If you see what I mean, it's kind of in the middle of the island. So yeah, that's the plan. So that is the reason why I'm building here, and that's where the resources are, and this is where I've built my first town. So let's get that underway. So first thing, as you know, I always do is make sure that I've got build from resources selected, so that if I press play for any reason, everything doesn't just all get built, and then I think, oh, that's wrong, I don't want to do it this way, or there's a better way of doing it. Always keep everything in plan, especially when you've got less than 1 million rubles in the bank. Make sure you keep everything on plan, so that you're only building stuff that you really, really do know that is the best and most efficient it can be, before you spend your hard-earned money on it. I mean, my other republic was literally making hundreds of millions every day. It was fine. I could do what I want, pretty much. But this early in the game, you do need to make sure that you are, you know, planning stuff out properly. So we're going to level off all the ground. Already pretty level. But we just want to get rid of these trees. And to keep up Severna's environmental credentials, we will plant some more trees somewhere else. There we go. So in the construction industry, the first thing I need, and the first thing that I would usually build, even if I didn't need this immediately to continue my game, will be the gravel production. So how you want to start, which is usually a mine. Not a mine, sorry, quarry, isn't it? It's a quarry. Now, I'm probably going to use a mod because I like me mods. So what's this one? Gravel, and that's processing. Don't want processing at this time. I've got a good supply of quarry stone there. Good supply of quarry stone. If I'm just using a conveyor to literally just go, you know, from point A to point B, like this, always use the road covered one, because it's just so handy having a little gap. Even if you don't think you need it, you will. So just put it in there, and then it gives you another road to enter into your construction district. So the next thing along the production line is your gravel processing plant. Now, what? Oh, okay. Is this this vanilla one? It is. Oh, it's got inputs now. It never used to have inputs, the conveyor inputs, sorry, which was really frustrating because you had to transport everything via truck, which was hugely inefficient, so I would always use a modded one. But that seems to have been corrected. So, all good. I'm going to mirror it. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Right, what's the best way, the best orientation to put this in, do you think? Would it be that way? Or that way? I reckon that way. Maybe step back, actually. Yeah, yeah. No. Doing it wrong. Do want it that way. Oh, I knew that wasn't going to fill in that conveyor there. Damn. You come up on the plan. But I think the road's blocking it. Or, actually, can I? Right, so I'm just putting that on just so I can see how much this costs. So, gravel processing plants, 35,000 rubles, thereabouts. And the quarry, which one? Well, actually, if I just highlight them to be built, should tell me. So that's 7,000. So yeah, so these together are only going to cost me about 40,000. So that's okay, I can deal with that. So we will get those built. And the next thing along is, well, again, you're going to want another one of these. You need another conveyor engine. And then you're going to want a storage, an aggregate storage. Which is always a bitch to find because it... Okay, right, so we need... Right, let's get value back. Go with this one, this is only 13,000, that's quite a good one. And then the next thing you're going to want is your cement plant. So we're just going to use the vanilla on this. And then you're going to need your cement storage. That's no good. And then you want your concrete plant. See what I mean though about how many times you need to change things? It's almost constant, you know, you never get it perfect first time. So now, after I've constructed the prefabs panel plant, I will usually then build a large open storage. I do like the open storage so you can actually see what is in there, and I also want to make sure that it is connected to our lines. Yeah, that's fine. And then, am I able, I'm probably not, to fit in a bricks factory here. I should be able to. Should be able to fit that in just about there. No. No. So then we also want our wood cutting post facing out towards as many trees as possible. And then we'll also need our sawmill for our wooden boards and connect them all to the same open storage. Okay. And we'll just have one road coming over here. Linking it all nice together. And then lastly, connect up our railway lines. Right. So that is, other than steel, and asphalt. Do need asphalt. Right. Oh, still, actually, one more thing. Okay, so it's at this point the football singers outside got a little bit too loud, so I'm going to leave it there for today, and we'll pick up tomorrow with the completion of the actual construction yard. And yeah, have a good evening. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.